Hello, Andrea St. Amand. We're going to talk about a fun one today. Curses and hexes and the evil eye. All right. I'm going to warn you guys, you might not like what I have to say about this. This is going to be a tough love one. So, curses, like, are they even real? Are they a thing of folklore and legends and old-fashioned ways of thinking? Well, legends and folklore all come from somewhere, right? So today we certainly don't call things curses or hexes, although we still might feel cursed. And there are energetically, hi Linnell, glad you're watching this. Energetically, there is something going on. So the feeling you might get, or you might just start to be aware of, is that you're just drained. You are completely drained. You might feel heavy. And you also are going to start feeling a little bit paranoid. And you're like, I almost feel like I'm cursed. Is that crazy? How does that even think? So I'm doing this video today because it came up twice in the last 72 hours. One of our members asked about that, like, is that a real thing? And then a woman called me and had a reading done to get some stuff cleared. So they're highly rare, but let's kind of break it all down and see what we can do about it. Here's the part you're not going to like. Curses, hexes, evil eye, none of it works without your permission. So it's kind of like an energy vampire. You cannot claim and complain about an energy vampire if you are allowing yourself to be an energy buffet and you're just like, oh, drain all my energy. You can't complain if you're not setting boundaries with a manipulative person. So it's kind of the same with curses, but it's a little bit more subtle, and it's very human. So energetically, what we today call negative energy, right? Or a negative intention. They happen in one of two ways in our human interactions. One, in an extremely highly charged, emotional, traumatic situation. Think of a breakup, or you just found out your husband wants a divorce, or your wife is leaving, something like that. Really highly charged situation. And it's like, ugh, and you get that wave of emotion. Or it happens repeatedly, repeated exposure over a long period of time. And that usually feels like resentment that is building up and building up and building up till you get to the boiling point. That could be at work, somebody you kind of can't get away from. Family, that happens a lot with family members, especially in-laws. You can't really divorce yourself from them, but you've got this slow build up, and suddenly you don't even realize you need to set a boundary with that person, and you're feeling weird. So negative intentions and kind of this stuff coming at you can feel one of two ways. It can be anger. Anger, when it's coming at you, feels like a spear coming into your existence. You feel like you're getting poked, like a sword or something coming in. And that phrase, shooting daggers, where you're like, that person was shooting daggers, that came from somewhere, because energetically, that's what anger feels like when it's coming at you. The negative intention, feels more like someone is throwing a bucket of slime on you, and it's like, woof. And that'll usually come if someone is just so fed up that they're just wishing you ill. And let's admit, all of us have done this with other people, right? You've had it up to here, and you're just like, go away, just go away. And you're just sending all this energy to them to go away. Or it might be like, I hate you. When you're a teenager, you did that with your mom. I hate you. Just go away. Get out of my space. Go. Or like as adults, it might have a whole different emotional underlying. It could be jealousy, or it could be like, I wish you didn't work here. I wish you would lose this job. Or I wish, it's just that sort of impulsive action. So the good news and the bad news is that it's kind of the same. It takes your permission for any of it to stick. You have to actually engage with that energy. So you have to, on some level, even subconsciously a little bit, feel like you deserve it, or engage. And engagement looks a lot of different ways. So think of a breakup. Let's use that as an example, then we'll use a work example. But in a breakup, you're fighting. You're really energetically engaged, and there's probably a lot of this anger going back and forth that you're both engaging in. And then maybe one of you leave, and the other person's still mad. And then as time passes, you can sense they're still mad at you. And then you might have moved on and you're like, oh, I feel so sorry for my ex. Like they're not move on. So you're still engaging. Some of that engagement can be that you're being overly compassionate and you're not drawing a good and healthy energetic boundary with someone you really need to completely have out of your life. So over compassion, over sensitivity, over, oh, I feel so sorry for them, or what that creates that engagement. So you're still going to have that anger or that you're still carrying that negative stuff around. But at one point, you're going to really outgrow it. And you can be like, you know what? You can be mad at me all you want. Have at it. You're wasting your life. I'm done. And it drops. And it's the same thing with any sort of negative intention, anything that anybody is throwing at you, whether it's at work or anything. At some point, you're just like, move on, get a life. And it drops. And the first time that happens, because we all know we've had somebody, particularly at work, get mad at us for something we didn't do or something, and it just slides right off of you. So that's stuff that doesn't stick. And by the way, the fighting or the emotional stuff is not the everyday spat you're going to have with your spouse or your kids or any of that. This is pretty extreme resentment, jealousy, pretty extreme stuff that builds up or that comes out. And a lot of us, if we're wise, we're going to outgrow it and it's going to slip off automatically. But a lot of the times we kind of don't even know it's there until we're ready to let go of it. Does that make sense? Like we're actually, we get so used to being in an unhealthy relationship that we don't even realize we're carrying around and we're engaging in an unhealthy manner until we're like, oh, wait, one day you're ready to go. And then you feel all that heaviness. So the woman who called me earlier this week has had lifelong friends that she's just kind of outgrown a couple of them. And they're very jealous of her. And I think that's been going on for years, but she got to the point where she was done with that, and so her reading did show a whole bunch of stuff that she was like, I'm done, and I helped her cut the boundary, and she can now start making changes in her life. So another way that we engage, though, with some of these ill intentions that come at us is that most of us have really deep-seated limiting beliefs, that there's something in us that might actually feel like, I don't deserve abundance. I don't deserve health. I don't deserve beauty. I don't deserve a great, loving relationship. I don't deserve this job. So when that stuff starts coming at us and you're already subconsciously really believe that you don't deserve something, it's going to stick and weigh you down. And that's a way we self-sabotage from moving on and living abundantly. So the best way to protect yourself from this out there is to rise above it. Don't be in victimization mode. If you ever catch yourself in victimization mode, you're in the upside down and you're going to be less likely to draw healthy energetic boundaries. And people are going to be just more easily able to take advantage of you or be manipulative of you or throw an ill thought at you and it'll stick, you'll carry it around. So anytime you feel yourself in victimization mode, try to flop out of it and get into empowerment mode, which is healthier for everybody around you. Do whatever it takes to get yourself in empowerment mode. Wear your evil eye protector, wear your tiara, put on your Superman cape. You can fake it till you make it. That's how empowerment works. You can totally fake it till you make it. And you'll start to feel like other people's crappy negative energy just come right off. So yeah, the good news about curses requiring our permission is that we can choose to disengage. That's the powerful part at you. So don't walk around scared of the evil eye. You can give the evil eye your finger. You can be like, bye-bye, Felicia, to anybody who's in your life that is making you feel like you're under the gun, making you feel paranoid. Get them out of your life. Just get them out or let it slide off of you. This is not stuff you have to do alone. This is actually a big part of my basic reading is clearing energy, so I actually see energy balls that come up. I will tell you that out of the hundreds of readings I've done, the anger ones come up a little bit more often, but overall they're very rare. Very, very rare. Most of us find our own way to get out of a bad relationship or bad interaction, and all that energy just flows right away from us anyway. But if it is something you feel like you just can't get your head around, talk to me, schedule a reading with me. We can get that cleared out and get you like some homework and get you in a more empowered state. So there's no more cursing and hexing and evil eye stuff that's sticking on you, and no more anger. The last thing I'll say about this, a lot of people with a negative intention and with a curse, when they do show up, they're past life issues. So a lot of times when you are having a current life situation where you really feel like you've done everything you can to get yourself in the upside and you're still in the upside down, sometimes there is a past life lingering energetic issue. But again, this is all stuff you can fix by taking empowered new action. And if it's something you want help with, reach out. Okay, you guys have a great weekend. Bye.